You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan? You've got the truth, all right. Can you handle the truth? Find out right now on the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that detects and provides truth, research, and statistics about the Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, and Spartans. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast and listen to it in audio form wherever you get your podcasts. Follow it on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page and know the truth.
Taylor Phillips here. I'm going to compare statistics and analytics between the Tigers and the Guardians. It's a divisional race, of course. Before I do that, let's go to our disclaimer, shall we? If you can't handle any news, stats, research, or criticism regarding any of our teams, then stay completely away from the comment section, completely away from the show and its comment section at all times. If you're willing to watch, good, and vice versa. Don't be a prissy about it, okay? So, let's get down to it. I'm going to share this screen right about now. Of course, the Tigers lead it in the American League Comedy Central Division, has decreased to 3.5 games. The Guardians completed a 3-game sweep with a 3-1 win today. Tarek Skubal again. Was pitching very well, despite being day to day. I think with let up league tightness. I think, but anyway, Skubal got a no decision, at least, not a loss. Just one earned run allowed in 6 innings pitched. Skubal 102 pitches thrown in 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. This Guardians lineup is tough, but Skubal's ERA remains at 2.23. Spencer Torkelson 2 for 4 today, but that's about it. Gleyber Torres 1 for 2. Wencel Perez 1 for 4. Colt Keith 1 for 1 with an RBI before he suffered a back injury. Andy Ibanez with just a walk, 0 for 1. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Zach McKinstry 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Parker Meadows 1 walk, 0 for 2 otherwise with 1 strikeout. Jahmai Jones 0 for 1. Kerry Carpenter 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Riley Green 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Dylan Dingler 0 for 3, no strikeouts. Stephen Kwan 0 for 5. Andy Martinez 1 for 3. Jose Ramirez 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs against Troy Melton, who deserved that loss. Obviously. An inning and 2/3, 2 runs on 2 hits, including the Jose Ramirez double. He walked a guy, struck out a guy. Yeah, a home run by a 2-run home run by Jose Ramirez. But Tyler Holton has been pitching lights out as of late. An inning and a third, just 1 hit, no walks, no runs, 1 strikeout. His ERA is 3.84. So with that being said, it's time to close this this down too. Of course, everyone's aware of the 3.5 game lead. 3.5 game margin. Man, oh man, where the hell do we begin here? Let's start with the pitching for the Tigers, of course. Tyler Holton in relief. 5-5, 3.84 ERA, 110. His last 7 games, 3.86 ERA, a whip of 100 in his last 7 games. Now, pitching wise, Tyler Holton fielding independent pitching, 493. Value batting, value pitching. Tyler Holton, 0.4 WAR. So it's not bad. So I would keep him. Bailey Horn. Check him out. 0-1, 159 ERA, 159 whip though. That makes no sense. So last 7 games, 104 ERA, 138 whip. Just so he's given up walks and hits, but very minimal runs. He just keeps getting out of jams at times. So Bailey Horn, let's see. Positive 0.4 WAR, just slightly good, along with Tyler Holton. Yeah, I'm going to go to the active roster. Jack Flaherty. .460. Jack Flaherty, 4.60 ERA, 8-14, 128 WHIP. Let's check him out. Jack Flaherty, positive 0.9 WAR, which I don't understand. Wins above average 0.5 because value pitching, runs per 9 innings for an average pitcher, 457. So Tarek Skubal is 6.2. The rest are just below 200. Will Vest at 1.6. Reese Olson, 1.6. Bryant Herter, who's returned. Jack Flaherty is not consistent. I'm sorry. But let's check out Jack Flaherty's last 7 games. 4.71 ERA, 129 WHIP. Yeah, that's obvious. 2-3. Bryant Herter, currently 3-3, 2.58 ERA, 130 WHIP. Last 7 games, 100 ERA, 1-0 with a 100 WHIP. That's very, very good for Bryant Herter. So Bryant Herter, runs above average for 9 innings, 4.14. His WAR is just positive 0.4. Yeah, I'm not even going to pay attention to the WARs. So I just briefly showed you 6.2 Tarek Skubal. The rest are just below 200, or a few of them, or at least 1.0 or above. Kyle Finnegan 1.0. Casey Mize 1.2. Reese Olson and Will Vest, as I showed you, 1.6 each. Jack Flaherty 0.9 WAR. Troy Melton 0.9. Kyle Montero 0.6. Yep. Plenty of them. Plenty of these pitchers here. Some of them are slightly in between 0 and +1, 0 and +1 WAR. Jose Urquidy on down to Sawyer Gibson Long, -0.1 to -0.9 WAR. We need better pitchers. The Tigers need better pitchers. I'm sorry, but jeez. Yeah, let's Paul Sewell. He's gonna return. Yeah, he returned from the 60-day IL, but he hasn't played yet. So to the hitters. First off, Dylan Dingler, 276 average, 750 OPS. His last 7 games, 276, 276 on base percentage, 448 slugging. Oh man, where the hell is the calculator? Hold on a minute. Let me share the screen again. And then dial this up. 0.276 plus 0.448 equals a 724 OPS in Dingler's last 7 games. Yeah, if there are any comments on YouTube, Twitch, or anywhere else on Instagram, I'll check them out later on. But right now, I'm comparing statistics and analytics between the Tigers and Guardians. This may take a while. Dylan Dingler, 33 runs above replacement. His value batting 3.3, offensive WAR 2.7, his defensive WAR 1.5. Now let's compare him to Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers, the guy with the old school mustache. 198 average, 644 OPS. Oh, look at it. His last 7 games, Jake Rogers in his last 7 games, 350 average, 409 on base percentage, 600 slugging. So that's 1009 OPS. I'll show you for those. This is the OPS right here. 1.009 OPS. That's incredible. A 1009 OPS in Jake Rogers in his last 7 games. Wow. So In the last 7 games, Jake Rogers has actually out-hit Dylan Dingler. Out on base and out OPS Dylan Dingler. Holy cow. That is shocking. Let's get that one. Let's get that stuff right. Andrew Schultz, welcome. Thanks for joining on. Thanks for joining on Instagram Live. No comments on YouTube yet, but 3 viewers watching live, at least. Now, Jake Rogers, 0.4 WAR right now. Wins above average, 0.0. Runs above average, 4. Runs above replacement, rather. Runs above average is 0. Runs above average. Runs above replacement is 4. Win-loss percentage with an average team, 499 for Rogers, 516 for Dingler. So Jake Rogers has really caught on fire as of late. Dylan Dingler is just stagnant. Now for the infielders, Andy Ibanez. This may get ugly here. 238 average, 656 OPS. His last 7 games, 286 average, 375. Plus 286. I'll just use my calculator on my app. 375 on base percentage plus 286 slugging percentage equals a 661 OPS for Andy Ibanez in his last 7 games. Just a 5-point uptick in his season, than his OPS this season overall. So not much there. Not much to cheer about in terms of Andy Ibanez's offensive level. Andy Ibanez. Is it just 0.4 WAR? So Andy Ibanez wins above average, negative 0.2. Runs above replacement, 4. That's Andy Ibanez. Colt Keith going to be out for a while with a back injury. It's significant from what I hear, but 256 average, 746 OPS. It's decent. Yeah, it's decent. Last 7 games, 316 average, 409 on base percentage, plus 368 slugging percentage is 777 OPS for Colt Keith in his last 7 games. Still decent, but not quite great. Now, Colt Keith, 1.6 WAR. His offensive WAR 1.5. His defensive WAR is negative 0.4. Andy Abania's offensive WAR is 0.1. Abania's defensive WAR positive 0.3. Not much there either. Zach McKinstry. .258 average, 767 OPS. His last 7 games, 0 for 16. All zeros in his last 7 games. 6 strikeouts, no walks, just 1 RBI and 1 run scored. That makes no sense. Are you kidding me? Let's take a look at McKinstry's offense. Is McKinstry's WAR values? McKinstry. His WAR is positive 2.8. Offensive WAR 3.1. Defensive WAR negative 0.1. So his defense is not great. Plus, he's not smart on the base paths either. He runs fast. He runs very, very fast, but he doesn't think before he reacts. Trey Sweeney. 198 average, 551 OPS. 0 for 8, 3 strikeouts, all zeros. Oh, Jesus Christ. Trey fucking Sweeney. Oh my God. Negative 0.6 WAR. Negative 1.7 wins above average. Runs above average. Negative 16 runs above replacement. Negative 5 runs from replacement. 11 at least. Offensive WAR negative 0.2. Defensive WAR positive 0.1. That's pretty much it. But my God. Trey Sweeney, you suck ass. Spencer Torkelson. 242 average, 795 OPS. His last 7 games. 333 average. 400 on base percentage, 481 slugging. That's an 881 OPS. Torque was 4 for 5 last night. This past Monday, in that extra inning, 7-5 loss. 3 singles and a 2-run home run in the 10th inning. Spencer Torkelson today was 2 for 4. 3 walks thus far in his last 7 games. 9 for 27. Spencer Torkelson's WAR 2.4. Wins above average 0.4. Runs above average 3. Runs from replacement 21. Runs above replacement 24. His offensive WAR is 2.2. His defensive WAR negative 0.5. So he's still got to work on his defense. And then you got Gleyber Torres, the last infielder on the Tigers active roster. 253 average, 753 OPS. Oh man, last 7 games, 130 average, 3 for 23. He has really regressed. 323 on base, 304 slugging. That's a 620. That's just a 627 OPS for Gleyber Torres in his last 7 games. Gleyber Torres, 2.5, still a 2.5 WAR, wins above average 0.6, runs above average 5, runs from replacement 20, runs above replacement 25, offensive WAR 3.2, defensive WAR negative 0.3. To the outfielders, Javier Baez now listed as an outfielder in center field. Why not? 254 average, 679 OPS. I'd say average. His last 7 games, of course. What can we say? 2 for 17, 118 average, 158 on base percentage, 235 slugging. So 158 on base percentage plus 235 slugging. Just a 393 OPS for Javier Baez in his last 7 games. Judas Priest. That is freaking beyond terrible. Baez, his advanced values, WAR is 1.9, wins above average 0.5, runs above average 4, runs from replacement 14, runs above replacement 18. His offensive WAR 1.5, which is above a 100, still below 2. His defensive WAR positive 0.9, still a little bit below 1. Kerry Carpenter, the one fans call Kerry Bonds, 256 average, 812 OPS, which is good. Not quite great, but still good. 256 average is like either average or decent. His last 7 games, 261 average, 6 for 23, 2 walks, 3 RBIs, 6 strikeouts. His on-base percentage is 320. His slugging percentage is 522. That's an 842 OPS for Kerry Carpenter in his last 7 games. Kerry Carpenter, his WAR is 2.1, wins above average 0.6, runs above average 6, runs from replacement 15, runs above replacement 20. His offensive WAR is 2.2. His defensive WAR is negative 0.7. Ugh. This is from Wednesday. These are from after Wednesday, but really, they don't change much after one day, you know. Riley Green, 261 average, 317 on base, 815 OPS, which is good. But his last 7 games, so fucking putrid. 115 average, 3 for 26. His last 7 games, 207 on base, 269 slugging. So that's that's 476. Just a 476 OPS for Riley Green in his last 7 games. That's terrible. Riley Green is 3rd on the list. 2.6 WAR. Wins above average 0.5, just a half win above average. 4 runs above average. 21 runs above replacement. 21 runs from replacement. 26 runs above replacement. 3.1 offensive WAR, negative 1.1 defensive WAR. And Riley Green does not run that fast. He's slow. Jahmai Jones. His OPS, his OPS is the highest. Of course, I'll show you. 894 OPS, 263 average. Oh my God, really? His last 7 games, 0 for 6, 4 walks, 000 average, 400 on base percentage, 0 slugging. Because he did not, because, 2 strikeouts. He has not got any hits. So it's OPS as of late, just 400 out of a 400 on base percentage. So let's check out his advanced values, advanced analytics. Jahmai Jones, where the hell is he? Jahmai Jones. Just 0.6 WAR, 0.2 wins above average, 2 runs above replacement, 5 runs from replacement, 6 runs above replacement, 0.8 offensive WAR, negative 0.6 defensive WAR. So quite a few Tigers players that have defensive WARs under less than 0, that are less than 0, which is horrible. Justin Henry Malloy, negative 0.4 defensive WAR. Tomas Nido, negative 0.1 defensive WAR. Jace Young, negative 0.1 defensive WAR. Yeah, more than a few, like fucking 10 players total in the 40-man roster with defensive WARs that are less than 0. On the negative side, Parker Meadows, .228 average, 654 OPS. His average is not good. His OPS is average. His last 7 games, 6 for 24, 250 average, decent, not great, not good, but decent. Kind of, at least decent, I guess. 308 on base percentage, 333 slugging, so that's 641 OPS his last 7 games for Parker Meadows. Parker freaking Meadows, 0.4 WAR, 0.0 defensive WAR, flat. Offensive WAR, 0.5. 0.1 wins above, negative 0.1 wins above average, negative 2 runs above average, 6 runs from replacement, 5 runs above replacement. So there's Parker Meadows right there. And then finally, Wencel Perez, the pretzel man. There's no nickname listed. So screw it. Yeah, I don't want to answer your fucking shit survey, so fuck off. 256 average for Wencel Perez total this season, overall this season. 762 OPS, which is at least decent or good, maybe even good. But his last 7 games, 133 average, 161 on base percentage, plus 167 slugging. That's just a 328 OPS for Wencel Perez in his last 7 games. Oh my God. Wencel Perez, ranked 9th in value batting, 1.1 WAR, negative 0.1 wins above replacement, wins above average, negative one run above average, runs from positional scarcity, negative 2 for Wencel Perez there. 12 runs from replacement, 11 runs above replacement. Offensive WAR 1.1, defensive WAR negative 0.3. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. Now for the Cleveland Guardians. Those are all the Tigers' statistics. Of course, no comments there. Let's go to the Guardians active roster, shall we? The pitchers. Starting with Colby Allard, of course. 287 ERA, 2-2 record, 127 whip. His last 7 games, 395 ERA, 0-1 record, 139 whip. Colby Allard. Come on, where is he? There he is. Value pitching. There we go. There we go. His WAR is 1.0. 7 runs above average allowed. 12 runs above replacement allowed. Runs allowed per 9 innings, 3.38. Logan Allen. I've heard of him. 4.36 ERA, 7.11 record. He's a starter. 143 whip. His last 7 games, 5.30 ERA, 0-2, with a 165 whip. Logan Allen, 15th in value pitching. .1 WAR. Runs allowed per 9 innings, 499. That's a gross average of runs allowed per 9 innings. And then Tanner Bibby, who shined earlier today. Just a total mismatch between Bibby and the Tigers' putrid offense. 11-11, 4.34 ERA, 123 whip. Oh, maybe it's not a total mismatch, but Tigers' offense is absolute shit. Last 7 games, 3-2, 3.57 ERA. Not terrible. 110 whip is really good. His last 7 games. Tanner Bibby, 10th, ranked 10th in value pitching with a 0.6 WAR. His runs allowed per 9 innings, 4.81. 9 runs above replacement allowed, -6 runs above average allowed. Opponents' runs scored per 9 innings. Tanner Bibby, 4.49. Okay. Joey Cantillo, 327, 5-3 record, 3.27 ERA, 130 whip. His last 7 games, 3-3, 2.52 ERA, 117 whip, 36 strikeouts, just 16 walks. Joey Cantillo, a lefty, 1.0 WAR. Runs allowed per 9 innings, 380. Opponents run scored per 9 innings, 440. Wins above average adjustment, negative 0.2. Next up, we got Slade Ciccone. 6-6, 439 ERA, 122 WHIP. His last 7 games, 1-2, 582 ERA, 129 WHIP. Slade Ciccone, negative 0.5 wins above average, 0.6 WAR, wins above replacement, runs allowed per 9 innings, 4.61, opposing runs scored per 9 innings, 4.47. Next up, we got Matt Festa. Matt Festa, 5-3, 4.14 ERA, 104 WHIP, which is good. Last 7 games, 2-0, 150 ERA, 0.83 WHIP. Oh, man. Matt Festa, 19th in WAR with negative 0.1. Runs allowed per 9 innings, 4.68. Opposing runs scored per 9 innings, 4.52. Wins above average, negative 0.4. Hunter Gaddis, 2-2, 3-11 ERA, earned run average, 118 WHIP, walks plus hits per innings pitch ratio. Last 7 games, 0.00 ERA, 0.50 WHIP, 0.50 WHIP. God almighty. Hunter Gaddis, 6 in WAR at 1.0, 0.4 wins above average, 3.30 runs allowed per 9 innings, 4.48 opposing runs scored per average per 9 innings. Runs above replacement allowed, 11. Tim Herron, 5-4, 5-4 record, 4.69 ERA, 156 WHIP. Last 7 games, 0-1, 3.60 ERA, 120 WHIP. Tim Herron, 24th, negative 0.2 WAR. Runs allowed per 9 innings, 4.81. Wins above average, negative 0.4. Next, Jacob Junis, 3-1, 2.87 ERA, 123 WHIP. Last 7 games, 0-0 record, 193 ERA, 0.75 WHIP. Jacob Junis. 7th in WAR at 0.9. Wins above average 0.5. Runs just 3.6, just 3.16 runs allowed per 9 innings. That's pretty good. Zach Kent, Z-A-K, Kent. No record, 5.91 ERA, 178 whip. Terrible. Just 7 games played. That's it. Zach Kent, 18th. Negative 0.1 WAR. 5.91 runs allowed per 9 innings. Yeah, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Parker Messick, the top-ranked in pitcher in value pitching for the Guardians. 3.3-0, 184 ERA, 133 whip in just 5 games played. Second ranked in WAR at 1.2, just 1.84 runs allowed per 9 innings. Wins above average, just 1.0. Eric Zabrowski. 0-1 record, 178 ERA, 130 whip. His last 7 games, 0.00 ERA, 1 flat whip. Eric Zabrowski. Where's Eric Zabrowski? 12th. 0.6 WAR, 0.4 wins above average, 2.49 runs allowed per 9 innings. He's a relief pitcher. No games started. Kate Smith has a 7-5 record, 3.10 ERA, 106 whip. His last 7 games, 1-0, 129 ERA. No walks, 15 strikeouts, 0.57 whip. That's red hot. That is red hot. Smoking hot, man. Kate Smith, 14th. 0.5 WAR, 0.1 wins above average, 4 flat runs allowed per 9 innings. And then finally, the top-ranked Gavin Williams. Let's check him out. This is going to get interesting. 11-5, 3.06 ERA, 128 whip. His last 7 games, 4-1, 2.70 ERA, 123 whip. So, as you can see already, he's got the best WAR. That's why he's ranked first. 3.6 WAR. Runs allowed per 9 innings, 3.34. But Parker Messick has allowed the least runs allowed per 9 innings at 1.84. But Gavin Williams wins above average, continuing on 2.2. So there you go. Those are the Guardians pitchers, and now the hitters. Value batting. There we go. First off the catchers, Austin Hedges. Got a little tied up with my tongue and brain, but 151 average, 236 on base percentage, 510 OPS. His last 7 games, 176 on base percentage. Let me get activate my calculator app. 263 on base percentage plus 353 slugging is a 616 OPS for Austin Hedges in his last 7 games. Austin Hedges, 18th in WAR at negative 0.6. Offensive WAR is negative 0.5. Defensive WAR is positive 0.3. He's more defensive than offensive. Bo Naylor, 188 average, 639 OPS. His last 7 games, 296 average, 321 on base percentage, plus a 519 slugging is an 840 OPS for Bo Naylor in his last 7 games. That's pretty good. Bo Naylor, 6 in WAR at 1.2, negative 0.1 wins above average. Hedges, by the way, negative 1.1 wins above average. Negative 11 runs above average. Bo Naylor, only negative 0.2 runs above average. Offensive WAR, 0.8, above 0. Defensive WAR, 1.1 positive. Not bad. Gabriel Arias, as we go to the infielders here. Gabriel Arias, 225 average, 647 OPS overall this season. His last 7 games, 7 for 27, 259 average, 259 slugging, plus a 444 slugging percentage. 259 on base, 444 slugging is a 703 OPS for Gabriel Arias in his last 7 games. Gabriel Arias, 4th in WAR at 1.3. Runs above average, negative 2. Wins above average, negative 0.2. Offensive WAR, positive 0.8. Defensive WAR, 1.1. David Fry. He has regressed. 170 this year. 170 average, 599 OPS. His last 7 games, oh my gosh. Well, he's actually come on strong as of late. So hold on. So hold the phone. 286 average, 333 on base percentage, plus a 571 slugging percentage. That's a 904 OPS in his last 7 games for David Fry. Let me calculate that again. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 904 OPS for David Fry in his last 7 games. That is red hot. 904 OPS. David Fry, 20th in WAR at negative 0.7. But he's come on, he is caught on fire as of late. Negative runs above average at negative 11. Wins above average, negative 1.2. Negative 0.7 offensive WAR, negative 0.4 defensive WAR. CJ Kafis, 219 average, 720 OPS. That's 23 for 105. His last 7 games, 7 for 21, 333 average, 417 on base percentage, plus 714 slugging percentage. Here we go. Which equals an 1131 OPS for CJ Kifis in his last 7 games. 1.131 OPS. That is outrageously hot. CJ Kifis ranked 8th in WAR at 0.1, negative 0.3 wins above average, negative 2 runs above average, offensive WAR 0.2, defensive WAR negative 0.3. But my God, 1131 OPS in his last 7 games for CJ Kifis, and he's a first baseman. Kyle Manzardo, also a first baseman. 240 average, 790 OPS. His last 7 games, 6 for 25, 240 average, 269 on base percentage, plus 320 slugging. Not good. 589 OPS for Manzardo in his last 7 games. Manzardo, 7th in WAR, 0.7 WAR. Ranked 7th with 0.7 WAR. Negative 0.9 wins above average. Negative 9 runs above average. 1.4 offensive WAR. Negative 1.7 defensive WAR. Wow. Jose Ramirez, who I'd say right now is a slugger for the Cleveland Guardians. 282 average, 860 OPS. Those are good. His last 7 games, however, 5 for 27. Just 5 for 27. 185. That's a 185 average. 290 on base percentage, plus 333 slugging, 623 OPS for Jose Ramirez in his last 7 games. Jose Ramirez, of course, the top ranked value batting with a 5.1 WAR. Which is different. So wins above replacement is different. It is more on analytics than statistics, which is different. Stephen Kwan, 3.3 WAR. We'll get to him later. He's ranked 2nd in value batting. But I'm focused on the infielders right now. Brian Rocchio. 231 average, 624 OPS overall this season. His last 7 games, 2 for 22, 091 average, 167 on base percentage. Oh God. Plus 182 slugging. That equals a dreadful, absolutely pathetic 349 OPS for Brian Rocchio in his last 7 games. Rocchio ranked 15th with a negative 0.4 WAR, negative 15 runs above average, negative 1.6 wins above average, a flat 0 in offensive WAR, a 0.2 in defensive WAR. That's it. That's it for Brian Rocchio. And Daniel Schneemann, rather. Yeah, I see it clearly now. Don't worry. I fixed my mistake. We all make mistakes. 214 average for Schneemann, 656 OPS. His last 7 games, 1 for 18. His last is 1 for his last 18. A 0.56 average, 105 on base percentage, 0.56 slugging. That is a dreadful 161 OPS in his last 7 games. He plays as a second baseman. Games played. Schneeman, 122. He's a starter. Oh my God. This is just comedy set. AL Comedy Central. Written all over this place analytically. Schneeman. Oh my God, where the hell is he? Ranked 3rd? 1.8 WAR. Yeah. Wins above average, 0.5. Runs above average, positive 5. Offensive WAR, 1.2. Defensive WAR, 1.0. So his ability, so he has more capability than his stats. Yeah, so some of those Guardians players, including Stephen Kwan, Daniel Schneeman, and Jose Ramirez, have absolutely more valuable analytics than just statistics. See, you compare the two elements, the statistics and the analytics, the analytic values. To the outfielders, Nolan Jones. Stephen Kwan is right after him, so stay tuned. Nolan Jones, 211 average, 600 OPS. His last 7 games, 3 for his last 18, 167 average, 211 on base percentage, 222 slugging. That is a 433 OPS for Nolan Jones in his last 7 games. Nolan Jones, 22nd, negative 1.0 WAR, negative 22 runs above average, negative 2.3 wins above average, negative 0.7 offensive WAR, negative 0.6 defensive WAR. His statistics and analytics are pretty much alike. In other words, he sucks. Okay, Stephen Kwan. Let's get to him. The meat of every Tigers fan's matter. Oh, I hate Stephen Kwan. Screw you, spoiled brats. Even as a Tiger fan, I respect and love Stephen Kwan for his abilities. 272 average, 705 OPS. His last 7 games, 5 for 27, 185 average, 267 on base percentage, plus a 259 slugging percentage. That's a 526 OPS for Stephen Kwan in his last 7 games. He went 0 for 5 today, too, in Detroit. 0 for 5. But his WAR is 3.3. His offensive WAR 1.3, defensive WAR 1.6. That's the best defensive WAR. That's the best non-pitching defensive WAR out of the entire Guardians active roster. Maybe even 40-man roster. Runs above average 12. Wins above average 1.3. Runs above replacement 33. Jose Ramirez runs above replacement 50. 21 runs from replacement each for Ramirez and Kwan. Those are damn good advanced analytics. That's the meat of the matter right there for the Cleveland Guardians. They're not just good against one particular opponent. They're good, period, against all of their 29, all 29 other MLB teams, period. Angel Martinez. Yeah, just 3 to go, and that'll be it. Angel Martinez, 230 average, 644 OPS. But his last 7 games, 5 for 13, 385 OPS, 500 on base, at 385 average, 500 500 on base percentage, 846 slugging. That's a 1346 OPS, a skyrocketing 1.346 OPS for Angel Martinez out of all people, the center fielder in his last 7 games. Holy cow. Angel Martinez is yet ranked 17th with a negative 0.5 WAR. Oh, man. But his WAR, it actually may rise up after his last 7 games in terms of hitting and getting on base and slugging, all that stuff, all together. Negative runs above replacement, negative 20 runs above average, negative 2.0 wins above average, runs from replacement 15, runs above replacement negative 4, offensive WAR positive 0.3, defensive WAR negative 0.4. So he's more offensive than defensive. He's been more offensive than defensive as of late. God, that guy's been a machine. Now for the other two. Jhonkensky Noel. 161 average, 462 OPS. Oh my God, here we go. 4 for his last 12 in his last 7 games, 333 average, 333 on base, 833 slugging. Let me add these up here. 1.166 OPS for Jhonkensky Noel in his last 7 games. 1166 OPS. That is skyrocketing as well. Noel. Right at the very bottom. Negative 1.3 WAR. Negative 16 runs above replacement. Negative 1.8 wins above replacement. Negative 1.3 offensive WAR. Negative 0.1 defensive WAR. Negative 12 runs above replacement. 5 runs from replacement. What the hell's going on here? Jeez. That's because of his overall statistics and analytics thus far. But look at these though. These are damn impressive. Yeah. And finally, last but not best or least, George Valera. 190 average, 482 OPS. That sucks. 4 for his last 20 in his last 7 games. 2 walks. No home runs, 2 RBIs. That's it. 200 average, 273 on base, 200 slugging. That's just a 473 OPS in his last 7 games. Ah! Games played, just 8. Just 8 games played. Well, he's a right fielder. He's a rookie. He was just called up. George Valera. Negative 0.4 WAR. Yeah, he's just a rookie. I'll just let him off the hook. Well, he's ranked 14th. Negative 0.5 wins above average. Negative 4 runs above average. negative 0.2 offensive WAR, negative 0.3 defensive WAR. And that's it. Those are all the statistics and analytics between the Tigers and the Guardians. My, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. So, what have we learned? Some of the Guardians hitters have caught on fire, including John Kensky, Noel, Stephen Kwan. Not Stephen Kwan, but really his analytics as of late. Jose Ramirez is a slugger. The Guardians can actually play some ball better than the Tigers. Stephen Kwan may not have a high OPS, but he gets on base a lot with skill and not luck. He can hit the ball. He can hit the ball into the outfield for singles. 121 singles. He has 121 singles. I just did the math myself. Not very many doubles, very few triples, very few home runs, a whole lot of singles, and plenty of walks as well. Not only is he good against the Tigers, he's good against all 29 other MLB teams. Period. So, with that being said, the Tigers' offense is only a pile of manure, or has been as of late. So, let me take a sip of my water here before I wrap things up here. That's what we've learned in this episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. I'm Taylor Phillips. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like its videos. Turn on all notifications on the bell icon. Click or tap on live to find its latest full episodes and check out its shorts videos. Also, watch it live and follow on Twitch at Michigan Sports Truth. Listen to it in audio form on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music /Audible, CastBox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and JioSaavn. Also, join its supporters club on Spreaker, just $2 a month. Follow it on social media on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and on Reddit at u/Michigan_Truth. Also, like its Facebook page, facebook.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Also on Patreon, patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Statewide business endorsements go to Cops and Donuts, Grand Traverse Pie Company, J&H Family Stores, Positive Chimney and Fireplace, Rally House, Michigan, and Rally House, Detroit, Jets Pizza, Michigan's Adventure, Alpine Chocolate House with 5 locations in Manistee, Boyne City, Gaylord, Plymouth, and Sault Ste. Marie, Hudsonville Ice Cream, Grandpa's Mini Donuts. Let me edit this here. Thank you very much. Grandpa's Mini Donuts, Tom's Food Markets, including 1 location in Traverse City, Bigby Coffee, Detroit Wing Company, Simply Delightful, Tropical Touch Spa, and Main Street Rocks. Main Street Rocks in Durant is also a proud sponsor of Swartz Creek Youth Baseball. Metro Detroit area business endorsements go to Gino's Surf, Avenue of American Bistro, Mocha Donut and Boba, Modern 7 Bistro, Northville Sports Den, Union Barber in Birmingham and Ferndale, United Mobile Power Wash and Dry Ice Works in Southfield, The Spot Food Truck, Athletico Physical Therapy on Woodward in Ferndale, Blind Owl Royal Oak, Cali Tickets, call 877-225-8425 or visit CaliTickets.com. The Jagged Fork, Goodman Acker Law Firm and Northwestern Technological Institute, Vitamin Shop in Auburn Hills, and Legacy Family Dental Center in Dearborn. Local business endorsements go to the B4 Foundation in Ithaca, Front Porch Suttons Bay, El Cilantro Taco Shop in Petoskey, Bay Mills Resort and Casino in Brimley, United Food Service Solutions of Grand Ledge, Fletcher's Pub Texas Corners in Kalamazoo, the Michigan Theater of Jackson, Hooters in Saginaw, Anna's House in Grand Rapids, Coffee Beanery in Flushing, and Spicer's Boat City in Houghton Lake. Traverse City business endorsements go to Erica Nita of Traverse City Real Estate, Yen Yoga and Fitness, Firefly Kitchen and Bars, and Wellbeing with Catherine Palms. Cadillac business endorsements go to Cadillac Grill, Cadillac Nutrition, Cadillac Horizon Books, creative embroidery for designing the Michigan Sports Truth podcast on my logo on my the Michigan Sports Truth podcast logo on my long sleeve shirt and t-shirt. Michigan Coffee Company, Pro Quality Cleaners, Raven Social Restaurant, Northern Star Event Rentals, the Food Mafia's Let's Roll with It Rolled Ice Cream, Tees Tanning Salon, Toy Town, also in Reed City, Max Swings Indoor Golf, Cadillac Party Lounge, and the Sweet Shop. And finally, Lake City business endorsements go to Cuts by Melanie, the LC Tap House, To the Moon Bakery, Northern Auto Lab, and the Misaki Golf Club. Until next time, stay on the lookout and remember that we always observe and detect the truth about our teams in the state of Michigan because the truth is everywhere. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Power to the people, hit them with a hind. Baba Booey to y'all.